gonna start recording. It will be again, or not again. Let's start this all over again. It will be the Grand Final, first of all. Grand Final number 63. It will be ORC against Undead. First time in 16-9, real 16-9 we have here. On the left-hand side of Terenas stand, we're gonna have FoCuS with an amazing run here, defeating Hawk 2-0 to make it to the final, defeating Ruden 2-0, defeating Happy, the Undead player from Russia, 1-0 before that. On the other side, we had Lucifer with his tournament run, 2-0 against Lex, 1-0 against Edo before that, 2-1 against Loliad, we've just seen it, and now a grand final against FoCuS. Don't get me wrong, it's already super late. It's super late in South Korea. It's probably like 3 AM in the morning. These guys are battling it out for $100 in a best of 5, and it's about to happen. So left-hand side of Terenas stand, again, the South Korean orc player, the legend himself, FoCuS, going up against, on the other side, another big name. Another name that has been there for the scene and as an Undead player for such a long time. It is Lucifer, as the grey spawning Undead player from South Korea as well. He was the only Undead so far that was able to win the GERA Cup. So he will probably be in that position for quite a long time, because I don't see 1-0 or WFZ coming over and playing GERA Cup like anytime soon. Maybe there's something going on, but so far I don't see it. What we want to do as well is to switch the scene so that you can basically see more Warcraft as well as without all the borders and stuff. So this should be more clean and more perfect. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you have a good time here on the stream or watching the VODs on YouTube. So DK first coming out for Lucifer. The PN scout for FoCuS is already there, scouting what's going on. We have the beautiful wall off. We have that graveyard in the perfect position, followed up with that ziggurat. You cannot pass here. You can still pass here, but this is enough space to create a third ziggurat, so you completely wall this one off with 3 ziggurats, and then you have the altar. As long as you have the waypoint here or here, the DK will not spawn inside, and this grants you a full wall off of your acolytes, and the Blade Master will have a tough time entering your main base. Speaking of the Blade Master, he already cleaned out the first little camp. It's the smallest camp on the map. He found himself that Slippers of Agility +3, going for the Renegade Wizard right now. And he keeps that peon here, which is interesting as an Orc player, because you want to see, is the Orc player going for the Mercenary camp? Because if he's going for the Mercenary camp, you definitely have to be there with your Blade Master to steal, to do damage and whatsoever. You really need to see the movement of the Undead. If he ever goes out of that area, like of his own part of the map, if he ever leaves his main base towards the location of the Mercenary, you need to be informed, and this is the reason why you have the peon in position. On the other side, Lucifer creeping himself, the little apprentice wizard, level 1, gets himself experience. It's now going for the Renegade Wizard and is going to creep that one. Is killing it without too much trouble, as you can see it. And yeah, in the meantime, FoCuS creeping more and more, grabbing a few more items. Cloak of Shadow it is. We have the tier 2 tech about to be started. It's actually started already. 15%, 20% done. Second and third and fourth grunt already lined up. Blade Master will probably just try to creep himself to level 3. He sold all the useless items, so to say, like a Cloak of Shadows and so on. And so far he's creeping faster than the Undead player. So Lucifer has to be careful. He also still needs to close that main base off. Of course, he will be in a lot of trouble not closing that one off. The PN is still keeping tabs on the movement on the bridge, which is of course important. He can also buy like a Staff of Teleportation. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Now he gets like Boots of Speed as well. Opens up that slot, he gets the Boots of Speed. Gets the level 3. Heals up before he uses Staff of Teleportation. Staffs on the PN. Yeah, it's perfect. That's just perfect. And now he's going on the chase. He is already level 3. The DK is still level 2. And has a tough time doing something. Can see that the Blade Master will scout around with the level 2 Windwalk. He's so fast. On top of that, he got like the Boots of Speed. He saw the corpse on the ground, so he knows the underplayer has been there. He cannot get really far away from that position. And now he's going to find Lucifer here. The grunts are also coming from the top side. The Blade Master already on the DK, jumping him immediately. The skeletons will clean off the camp, but with the level 2 Windwalk and no Boots of Speed on the DK, he's probably even forcing a Town Portal. 225 mana is still there. He's still got 2 more Windwalks on top of that. Uses a hit, uses another hit, follows that one up with another Windwalk. After that, there's still 1 Windwalk that remains. He's probably not getting the DK. There's a Frost Tower already in the main base, and he doesn't have that Boots of what is it called? The speed scroll. If he had a speed scroll, he could just chase him down, like blindly chasing that one down. But the DK dropping so low with just all the windwalks queued up on him is just ridiculous for a player that has never experienced that. But for Undead against Orc, you have to get used to that. You have to embrace it, so to say. You really know, like, you know what? You are level 3, I will take a lot of damage. I will just not die. I will regen up, I will get my Lich with Frost Armor, and then with that Lich I can finally leave my base again. Speaking of second heroes, we're gonna have a Shadowhunter coming for FoCuS. He's also adding a Bestiary, he's adding a Spirit Lodge to his forces on tier 2. So he will get Raiders, and he will only get one Spirit Walker. You only need one Spirit Walker to reduce the focus damage that you have, because the Undead player is relying on the damage that he can put out on a single target. And if you get a Spirit Link that just like splits all the damage that comes to one target, it's the perfect thing. On top of that, the Spirit Link also gives you the opportunity to split the damage that comes from magic attacks. So Coil Nova will not be as effective if you have like Spirit Link on your Blade Master. And this is the reason why the Blade Master gets so much more sustainability from the Spirit Link and can just stay longer in the fight. Can take like a sick focus from Coil Nova, a huge commitment from the Undead player. He can just take it and it will not do all that much to him. We do have a speed scroll. I think that he bought the speed scroll to do the speed scroll zapper trick. He's not doing it yet because it's still too early. The zapper, the first one, is available around like daytime. When it gets day, it's still like 1.5 hours away. But as soon as it gets day, there will be a zapper available. And I wouldn't be surprised if he detonates like 2 of these Zigguras that are super close to each other. This is probably the entire idea behind buying that speed scroll on his Blade Master. Other than that, you would have to you really want to have that on your Shadowhunter if you want to escape because you are creepjacked or something. You really want to have that speed scroll there. Shadowhunter level 2. Rune Bracer, an amazing item, reduces the incoming magic attack by 33%. Heroes already take less. With the Rune Bracers, you even take like less damage than less. So you basically are pretty good. And a Tome of Experience on the ground. Blade Master picks it up. He's even purged by the creeps. Staff of Teleportation out of that, because he knows that there's not too much that he can do. Plus he's taking to tier 3. Spirit Link, the Spirit Walker is already there. Upgrade is being researched. And you just stay on one Spirit Walker. There's absolutely no reason to get more. Of course you want to dispel the Frost Armor, but usually you do not want to have more than one Spirit Walker as an Orc player against Undead. I don't see any kind of use for that, because they will be sniped fairly easy with Destroyers. They die super fast and they do not bring damage to the table. So Spirit Walkers, as an Orc player, just get one against Undead. Upgrade them so that you have Dispel against the Frost Armor, but don't get any more. DK level 3, Lich level 2 with that Invo Potion will be important. I like that. He sends one ghoul to that position to see the Zapper coming, like early enough so that he can react. This is so good. Like Lucifer, I like that. I questioned your awareness a couple of times, but you are a smart fella and you know what you are doing. Blade Master is revealed now, no Invo Potion, but the follow-up damage is not as high, it's not high enough. Shadowhunter level 3 already with the Bracer, Rune Bracer. The tier 3 is about to be done. So far, a great job there by both of the players. Also sending out like one skeleton down there to keep track of that laboratory, and whatever the Blade Master is doing there is just smart. Both of the players try to outsmart each other. That's something that I really like to see. And now we're gonna see that the Blade Master goes there again. He really wants to do the Zeppelin, not the Zeppelin one, the Zapper one. Cleans out the skeleton. This immediately triggers something in Lucifer. Lucifer is like, okay, it's about to happen. I have to get my fingers ready. I have to camp in my main base with my camera vision, and I have to be prepared. He upgraded one of the spirit towers. There it is. Zapper is coming. Speedroll is immediately used. This is so beautiful. This is so beautiful. Look at this. The ghouls are blocking the way. He will come from the other angle. Sorry guys, I gotta clap for that. That is just... That is amazing. That is beautiful. This is like highest level of Warcraft. This is just beautiful. A big round of applause for him. I would like pat him on the back. That was just like awesome. That is just awesome. That was... If you want to make like an odd shot or a video out of that to describe how good of an Undead player Lucifer is, That was pretty damn good. He's even walling off his base again. That was just beautiful. So Dark Ranger is the third hero, something that he likes to play a lot, and also some of the European Undead players. From the Chinese community, I've heard that Pit Lord is something that is in the metagame and that they like a lot as the third hero, because he is basically fat and gay and always in the way. That he says about himself, and that says a lot of things about him. Because he will be there with the Hall of Terror, that is a great spell. On top of that, you also have like the big fat guy that just consumes a lot of space, as well as takes in a lot of damage. And this is probably a good fight for Lucifer. He got like 2 destroyers. This perfect silence. He cannot even dispel the silence because the Walker is silenced as well. Lucifer is playing out of his mind. Scroll of the Beast is being triggered here. But he can easily eat that up with the destroyers. The one fiend died, but in the meantime the Kodo Beast is already dead. Now there's even more that he can eat up with the destroyer Spirit Link, as well as the Scroll of the Beast. He needs to keep the fiend alive. Beautiful micro there. Lucifer is playing this game phenomenally well. Loses another fiend, but 2 of them are borrowed. I think he can keep, like, he get them up out of the ground again. Keep the fiend alive. There's still another call. Yes, he saved that one. The Raider comes back to the party. Sloppy micro there by FoCuS. The destroyers have free reign. They need to absorb the Spirit Link again. He dodges with the wrong fiend. He wanted to dodge the End Snare. There's still a coil. Yes, he keeps that one alive. The Shadowhunter should be the next target. Lucifer is playing an amazing game of Warcraft here on Terenas stand. He's the first underplayer that won GERA Cup, and there's definitely a reason for it. He might struggle with the Frostworms. I don't want to say it. This is probably the last time I do it today. But this control and everything that he does is just on point. This is just on point. It's different from the ones that 120 play, 120, and also W of that or some other guys. But I really like how he's playing that game so smart. Seems like he figured something out against ORC, timing-wise, strategy-wise, realizing the weaknesses on certain maps, like we've seen that kind of opportunity that arises with the speed scroll and the zapper, aware of the situation, playing an amazing game. The silence on the Walker and the Shadowhunter, if you just silence one of them, it's not enough. You need to silence, if you silence the Shadowhunter, you want to silence the Spirit Walker as well, so that he cannot dispel that one. He's paying taxes. This is the only downside right now. He's like on 54 supply. Blade Master is going to the main base with another speed scroll equipped, and now he can get rid of the slaughterhouse and the graveyard, and this will hurt him a lot. I hope Lucifer realizes that. I hope he's doing something. This school is moving down there. It's happening again. He realized it. It might be a little too late. He just killed one. He just killed one. He realized that he moved the ghouls to that location. He knew what was coming. He prepared for it. And the price that he had to pay for it was not that high. Lucifer, you are my man today. You are performing so damn well. If you're an Undead player, take like a lot of lessons from this game. This is like, there's so much value in this game right now. Of course, it also requires a lot of awareness as well as micro. This is not something that you can like set in stone as a strategy that you want to do, because this also relies on how good your opponent is and what your opponent is trying to do to you. But this is the highest level of Orc against Undead, and you've just seen how this works. This is just amazing, guys. So the pace is slowing down at this point. Both of the players are not willing to overcommit. Lucifer, on the other hand, with a lot of statues, 60 supply, can open up into 70 supply right now, is going for the final blow. He is going for the final blow. It's going to happen, guys. It's going to happen. Lucifer is going to the other side of the map. He's morphing all his destroyers. They are fully soaked up the mana. Not sure if you want to fight into Borrows though. The Blade Master doesn't have the Staff of Teleportation. He still got some way to travel if you want to be part of the fight. The other player is already approaching. Is he going for the silence immediately on everything there? He's not doing it yet, but he's approaching a fight, and it seems like FoCuS was not ready for that fight, not prepared at all. 2 of the raiders are already melted, completely gone. A few units remain, and that Fiend is so not going to die. Lucifer is like outplaying his opponent on Terenas stand, which was an amazing opportunity for FoCuS as the first map. The dust is being used so that he reveals that Fiend, but can he really kill that one? Of course not. Lucifer's control keeps that one alive. Blade Master is in some trouble here, uses the Invo Potion in the last second. They even was the silence so that he cannot wind walk away. Needs to absorb the Spirit Link from the remaining one Headhunter, loses one Destroyer, but now the target is still the Blade Master. He's still revealed. He used the potion. He cannot kill that one. There's still 200 mana available. He can easily keep everything alive. Kills another Raider. Kills a 3rd or 5th or 10th or 12th or 13th unit in the row. This is a killing spree that is rising. Calling over on the Blade Master. Say goodbye. Say goodnight. This is not your game anymore. Get out of that game. It's about to be done. GG FoCuS. And really, it was a GG. Lucifer just like completely destroyed FoCuS on that map. RIP, boys. RIP.